Never left. Spirit.
What's up, people? Even though it's a little glitching, how is everyone doing today? We're glitching.
Yeah, super slow mo. You
Mm.
should put the chat on.
Oh yeah. Sorry if there's any chats. There's no chats. Nobody's looking. Nobody's watching.
Nobody's even home.
Mm. Oh yeah, that's right. Wasn't it? I had to.
Well, I ain't got my fucking Facebook on. I ain't been on Facebook all month.
Yeah.
All month. They talk about No Nut November. Talk about no Facebook November.
And here, the reason why I wasn't on is I was ill for like almost a week and a half, trying to recuperate and get myself back together.
Old boy had COVID.
Yeah, that's what they say.
He had the brony.
I don't think I did. I don't think I did. I don't think I had the COVID.
What's Adriana? Audra Lynn. Why do you got it as Audra? You must be Audra your mind.
Maybe that's how she likes her name.
When I met her, she said Adriana.
Mm. Not a lot of people want to be called.
What's up, boo boo? That's my boo boo. That's my boo thing.
Ooh, better watch it. Trying to go to this damn privacy thing.
How are we doing today?
That's not even popping up.
She said, "What's up, boo boo?" She loves me.
That's good. That's good.
I love her.
Oh man, it's not showing. Oh, okay, there it goes.
I should have reactivated my Facebook today.
Yeah.
I wanted to wait till all of November was done, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it's the 30th, so I'll get it reactivated tomorrow.
Yeah, I really don't blame you.
I just needed a break from social media and not fucking use it.
Yeah.
I am working tonight.
Mm.
I will be working tonight. I work every night. You know they want us 6 days a week.
Yeah.
I worked all of the shutdown. I'll be getting a fat ass check.
There we go. I had to unlock the privacy thing, and it's still showing it's locked. I don't get that.
Let me see it.
I don't know. Facebook is just something else for me. And you see how
probably
it
because
goes.
you didn't back out.
Oh.
Probably because you didn't back out
Yeah.
and then go back in. Yeah,
Okay.
no, we definitely.
Yeah,
lied.
see, I didn't back out.
When are you coming back to Bowers, yo? Yo?
Oh, she's yeah. Yep, I'm glad I can finally catch your live.
We hadn't been doing them. We haven't done one all November.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think. Hey, you was sick.
Yeah, I was sick really bad.
I was kind of in a situation where my focus and attention needed to be elsewhere. So I deleted the Facebook. I just, focused on me, focused on my shit.
Yeah. And here I noticed
Shit, they don't miss. I miss you though. I wasn't mean. I was giving you shit.
Oh, wow.
I ain't ever mean. I give shit.
No, he was being mean. Don't let him lie. He was being mean.
Like I give my friend shit. So it's kind of a way of me showing affection. If I'm giving you shit, is kind of how I look at it.
He gives me shit all the time. So there ain't nothing I can do about it.
For sure. If I'm not giving you shit, then you probably better question if I like you or not.
Yeah.
If I'm super nice to you all the time, key is I probably ain't a big fan.
Yeah.
If I give you shit, that means you're cool. That means I'm kind of testing your boundaries to see exactly how cool you are.
I heard that. I definitely heard that. Man, I was gonna say I barely can. I feel like I can barely hear myself.
I don't know, but being away from like social media and everything for a whole month, I don't. It's weird. Like I'll pick up my phone and I'll be like my brain's like, oh, check Facebook, but it's like, nah, you deleted it. Fucking,
Yeah,
you know,
and in my case, I barely be on it.
it's weird, but I don't. In a way, I feel better that I don't use it, and I feel like I connect with people
Yeah.
in person a lot
Oh yeah.
better whenever I don't have the social media.
I barely be on mine half of the time. I try to like balance out my day without like being on my
But in
phone
a
a lot.
way, with what we're doing, we have to be on Facebook.
Yeah, I know.
Like in a way,
It kills, but
or we could be the two guys that don't use social media.
yeah. Oh well, I mean, I mean, I've
That could
used
be a marketing scheme in a way.
yeah, and here I've used it so much. It's like for me, it's not a big issue. I don't see what the big deal is with
Are we best friends? Oh, we on best friend terms now.
it.
It's funny because you questioned me for a while, and look, I question everybody.
Yeah, he questioned me.
It's not just you. I question everybody.
He questioned me when he first met me too.
Well, and a lot of the times I can see through it, but there are people who are good at putting up good charades. Good, you can't really tell what their intentions are, so you got to be around them a little bit more.
Oh yeah, of course. Trying to think of what side did.
And no, you're definitely a good person. Definitely a good person.
Everybody's supposed to be a good person.
My love, you're a good person.
Man, ain't she special? I don't even get that kind of speciality. Man,
She said, "Amen." How we doing, everybody?
I know, right?
We up in this biatch.
Oh yeah. It's been a minute. I mean,
Yeah,
I literally, man, I missed out.
literally,
I literally,
literally, and Little Italy.
I missed out on a lot of stuff on Facebook being sick.
Yeah, all
Man,
month. I'm kind of wondering what I've missed out on, but I don't know. I'll see tomorrow whenever I reactivate it and shit. I just needed time away, and I got
mean,
a song done. It's called "Pussy Money Weed." I'm not making songs that I want to make anymore. I'm making songs that are mainstream sounding and
Yep.
which will give me views because that's what people want. And like Joe Dirt says, it's not about what you want, it's about what the consumer wants. And I know this. I just, you know, I like
So
to
now
make songs for myself
so
too.
now he's all about giving the people what they want. You hear
Well,
that,
and
people?
I really don't like mainstream music. Like I don't. It's rinse, wash, repeat. It's the same
He
shit.
said worse.
Ain't nobody saying nothing new.
Yeah.
Every song sounds the same. All you got to do is talk about pussy, money, and weed, and guess what? It's gonna get views. And that's just the way it is. And I will prove it to you once this next song releases because it'll be my most viewed song, and I put money on that.
I heard that.
Money.
Ooh. Money. Yeah, I'd go 3 years without it.
My oldest hadn't had it for 3 years and loves it. Yeah, I don't. In a way, I'm like in person. I'm good at like not comparing my life to other people, but like on Facebook, like you tend to do that even whenever you're not intending to do it. Like you will do that, and I don't know. It's just good to step away. It's good to step away. It's
Oh
good
yeah.
to not like get on Facebook. Maybe say you intend to only be on Facebook for a second, and then you end up on there for fucking 30 minutes just scrolling, and then
Yeah.
you catch yourself, and you're like, "What the fuck am I doing?"
Now don't get me wrong, TikTok's freaking addictive.
TikTok definitely is. I've
Once you get on there, it's like you got to go through and look at a bunch of stuff, and it's like, man, it's like, why am I still looking at this? What can you do?
for sure.
And the real reason why we're up on here, I wanted to talk about attention seekers.
Oh, I hate attention.
And
I like to be alone. Like I'm such a loner. I'm such a hermit. Like I don't understand how people love attention that much.
oh man, and here growing up, I didn't like attention. I got my mom used to have a camera, one of them video recorders when I was like in like maybe like 9 or 10 around that time. She used to record everything. She's got me. I'm looking at her like, why am I getting
That's true.
recorded on the camera?
That's very true, Adriana.
What's that?
I just read her comment, and she was saying it's good to be around positive people
Oh yeah, of
outside of
course.
social media because you're more aware.
Oh yeah.
Because everything on social media.
Well, then again, you got to be careful though.
Well, social media is so fucking. I don't. A lot of the times, it's so negative, or I don't know. I follow like positivity pages
Yeah.
and shit, but after you read that shit for so long, it don't. I don't. It don't inspire you like it once
Oh
did whenever you
yeah.
first started following it.
Yeah.
At
And then,
least that's how it is for me.
I mean, you could be off of social media and go out and surround yourself with good people. But then again, when you're still out in society, you still got to be careful because there's still people that'll drag you down, tear you down, talk you into existence on some bad stuff. And I mean, I don't think it matters where you're at.
She's speaking facts. She is speaking fact. I feel like she listened to me too much. I'd be preaching sometimes.
Oh, man, she can type fast.
Yeah. I don't, and that's something I don't. I like to think that I'm patient, but then I don't know. Whenever shit don't happen the way I expect it to, then I get frustrated. And in those moments, I know that like it's not even a problem really. It's just my impatience makes it a problem,
Yeah,
and then I create the problem in my head, and I know that. And I used to be able to stop and check myself and be like, more than my mind, because really what it is just a problem created in my
yeah,
mind. And what I used to do was, and what I need to get back to is like reminding myself, like I have a heart and soul. Like,
yeah,
how can I take this and see something beautiful from it? Because no matter what, as long as you got perception, there's something beautiful to
yeah.
in any situation. There's something beautiful. You have a heart and a soul. Like, how can you be grateful? How can you? And I used to be really good at it, but I
I
don't. I fell back into like my old ways of, you know,
I have to
I guess
say
feeling sorry for myself, or you
you've
know,
grown a lot since
my
I've met
fucking
you.
it's I don't know, this last music video that I released put a lot of time and effort. I've seen the growth within like my video editing skills and my music video, and I was expecting a little bit more views than what it got,
Mm,
and it didn't. It didn't get nowhere. But I also know I was kind of shaming women in it and shit, and I feel like women probably like my music more than the
yeah.
men around here.
What's up, Dirty?
So I don't know. In a way, I don't. I was frustrated with that. Uh, just financial situation shit too. So
Yeah.
I
I
just
mean,
I just really needed to take a fucking break from
I think
everything.
that gets the best of all of us, bro. It's just not you. I mean, it gets everybody every once in a while, man.
For sure. For sure.
Your own growth within yourself. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I don't, and that's all I look for is growth within myself. I don't, and the thing is, like we was talking about patience, and I have the most patience with anybody other than myself. Like I'm understanding whenever it comes to anybody else, but whenever it comes to myself, and I think it's because I can't escape myself,
Now I have to say you.
and I'm trapped with myself, and I'm like fucking like I want this shit like now,
Now I have to say
and
you've been impatient with
and
me a couple of
I get
times.
discouraged. I do get discouraged at times. Not perfect, that's for sure.
I was gonna say you've been impatient with me a couple of times.
Well, it depends on the situation
Yeah,
too. Like,
yeah, which is understandable. But I
like,
mean,
but
it's
if
natural. It's human
But
emotions.
if you're constantly patient with people, then people can just think they can disrespect your
Oh yeah,
time and fucking like there's a difference between like being patient with someone and letting someone fucking abuse your patience
oh
or
yeah,
abuse your fucking your time and your
yeah.
and
Instead of taking your kindness for
they ain't
granted.
respecting your time, and the only way they're gonna respect your time is if you respect your time.
Oh yeah, of course. And here, and it's
Only way
like,
you're gonna be respected is if you respect yourself. Because
yeah,
the minute somebody disrespects you, if you don't check them, guess what?
they're gonna take you for granted.
Yeah, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh, well, nothing happens if I disrespect him."
Yeah,
So I can disrespect him anytime, and nothing changes.
it it happens. I mean, that's the thing, man. That's why we close old doors and open new doors to meet new people most of the time, because them people weren't right for us at the get go, and then we just end up eventually falling down that line, and we end up meeting more and more people. And then not everybody's like I said, like Hobson always said at the end of that video, not everybody's meant to stay in your life.
Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
And
we tend to become attached to people, things, places,
oh yeah.
especially whenever we become used to it. We think that it's supposed to be there.
Mm. And here I ain't gonna lie, man.
And blessings are blessings for I don't sometimes a season, sometimes a lifetime.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But if it feels off, it's probably because it's that attachment is
Yeah.
something that needs to go for you to better yourself. I have a hard time pushing those bad people away because I'm such a good person. Sometimes
Yeah, I know it's hard. It's hard because you don't want to hurt nobody's feelings.
it is hard, but I mean, do they care when they hurt your feelings? In a way, you
No.
got to take a note out of their book. And I'm not saying be disrespectful about it. I'm not saying, jump out of character and be a fucking a bitch,
What's
be a
up, Bo Littles?
dickhead. I'm not saying that. Like just fucking, just tell
Yeah.
them. Or sometimes like you ain't got to explain nothing to nobody.
No,
Honestly, if you respect the
you don't owe
person,
them that.
if you respect the person, then I get it. Like, but I mean, if there ain't respect from it, why you ain't gotta explain fucking nothing to nobody.
Mm.
You ain't. People don't have to know why you would cut them off. People don't have to know that. Fucking just do it,
You can still talk to
and
them and cut
then
them off.
and then guarantee once you do cut them off, fucking they're gonna wonder, but they'll never blame themselves. They'll always look at you and be like, "You changed," but change ain't
Yeah.
a bad thing. Change is
No.
a good thing.
Oh yeah. A lot of people don't want to change and they don't see their self changing though. They proceed to do the same consistent thing every time.
Yeah, that's very true.
Oh yeah.
You have to. I don't. You can't, especially if you're a calm person. If you are a good person, you can't allow people to walk all over you,
Oh
and
yeah.
and
They're gonna
and there
do it.
be no repercussions. And I'm not the kind of person if someone gets over on me, I'm not like the kind of person to go seek them out and try to get revenge. My shit's just like you lost a really good person that was in your corner. In a way, you kind of fucked yourself.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like and that's how you got to look at it.
Oh
Like
yeah.
it's your loss. Like you lost a motherfucker that wasn't lying to you, a
What's up,
motherfucker
Derek?
that wanted the best for you, that would have helped you if I was in a position where I could help you, with ever what you're needing help with.
Oh, she said, "You know what I dealt with."
Oh yeah, yeah. We won't go into that.
Yeah, we don't do that thing. That's like something between you and him that should be like messaged.
Much love, Rippy. Shout out to Rippy.
I know, right? I seen that. Bo Little said, "What's up, y'all back?" And I told him, "Yeah."
Hey, thank you, Angel. Yeah, this shit definitely does need to be heard.
I know, right?
Definitely shit that I think about all
This
the
man,
time.
this man's like a little cyclopedia in a computer, all mixed up in one. I don't even have like as much book knowledge as he does.
I have because for like 6, 7 years, all I did was study, dude.
Yeah,
Like studied, and I never really speak about it
yeah.
besides for like you or people
Oh
that
yeah,
I'm close to. I I've got a lot of knowledge. I don't let
And,
it out.
and that's the thing. That's the funny thing. While you're sitting there like getting your knowledge from books, I'm out here running around in the streets getting like street knowledge. The whole time that I was growing up, never really cared for books too much. It was more or less like
I don't. In school, I didn't. No, I didn't fuck with books. I learned from fucking yeah. I wouldn't say the streets because I grew up around here, but
yeah.
um, definitely a life experience. But I mean, there's still much more to learn.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Things
And
to learn every day,
and,
and every time I think I got everything all figured out, life proves me fucking wrong.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you don't know shit, boy. Sit your ass down.
and here, that's what I was gonna say. A lot of people, man, they assume that you're not gonna succeed to anything
It's Derek
or
Ricky.
or make anything out of your life. Me, I mean, even after I graduated high school, I was told I wasn't gonna amount to nothing or make anything of myself. And here, I've accomplished more in my life than I apparently see anybody else accomplish in their life, and I'm still doing
Yeah,
what I
but
do.
you got to think not everybody wants the same things that you
Oh
want.
yeah, everybody wants something different. I know that. She said my cousin.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm surprised Steven ain't on here, honestly.
But yeah, man.
What we really got on here for was attention seekers.
Yeah.
And who do you think, like, if we break it down into sexes, like male, female, we'll go with those sexes. We ain't gonna include all the other sexes.
I think men. I think men are the worst attention seekers out of all.
Before we even get fucking started, I think some of the people that do change their gender do it for attention. And I hope that doesn't offend anybody. If it does, oh well. Get over it. Sometimes the truth hurts.
I don't know.
And maybe I'm wrong. I'm not saying in all cases. I'm saying in some cases.
I think some of them just feel like they're out of place and they're trapped. Like, so say like if a dude wants to change his gender, maybe he feels like he's trapped in a man's body, but he's really a woman.
But really,
so I mean, it can go either way.
But really, is it a man? Does he really think he's a woman, or does he feel his emotions? And since we're taught in America not to feel your emotions and shit as a man, does he really think he's a fucking woman, or is he a man that's feeling his emotions and he can't run away from his emotions like some men can and numb it out? And since he's feeling that, is he just confused and thinks he's a woman because he's feeling his emotions and none of these other men feel their emotions?
I mean, there's a lot of guys
so then
out
he's
there that feel their
confused and like, I'm
emotions.
feeling my emotions. I'm nothing like these dudes out here.
Yeah.
Well, I must be a girl.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying every person that changes their sex. I'm not saying that. I understand it's a case by case. It's per individual.
Yeah.
I'm saying I bet you there is some cases out there that it is like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And people out there that have changed their genders that have regretted it later and been like, I wish I wouldn't have had the surgery. I wish I wouldn't have done that.
Oh yeah. Well, like Bruce
And that's
Jenner.
the thing. Like, I don't think you should make decisions like bam. Like, yep, that's definitely how it is.
Like Bruce Jenner.
Like,
he
you
regretted
got to
it.
think about it. You can't. Yeah, because something like that you can't go back on.
Oh no, you can't, because there's no reversing it after it happens.
And that's why, like, I don't think they should be shoving this shit down children's throats like they do sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, I think that they're throwing it in these kids' face, and now they're like, oh, like, your fucking 4-year-old boy thinks he's a little girl.
Well, in most cases,
he's a fucking kid. You need to tell him, wham, slap him upside
but
the
in
head.
most cases, kids
not really slap him, but be like.
But you got to remember, in most cases, kids come out feeling different than people already. But they might know what gender they are right at that time and moment, but they might feel a different way on the inside because, I mean, from what I've read in like certain like articles, there are people that are born.
Okay, Adriana. Have a good night at work.
There are people that are born men, but they feel like they're a woman trapped on the inside of that man's body, but they've been born like that. So, I mean, there's a lot of people that come out like that. Just
I'm not saying, and I don't care. I've been around transgender people, and I treat them no different than I treat you.
Oh yeah,
or I treat them no different than than anybody else. I don't let. I mean, to me, they're still human.
Oh yeah, they're not a disease. I
They're
mean,
they're
nobody
still a
should treat them
person.
like that.
They still feel the same shit that I
Oh
feel.
yeah,
They,
we all.
they experience this life
Oh
not
yeah.
exactly how I experience this life, but they
Oh, we
experience
all
this life,
experience it differently.
and this life ain't easy on nobody.
No, it's
It's
not.
not.
It's not. It's really not. There's people out. Okay, there's your older like people that don't like that go against everything about it, and then there's your ones that believe it's a sin that are really hardcore Bible thumpers. They believe it's a sin, and I mean, I mean, my thing is this is the 21st century or the 22nd century or whatever we're
It's
going by.
21st, yeah.
Okay. But so I'm gonna say it like this: if they want to be that way, that's them. That's their life. They got to live that life. They chose that life for themselves. They're gonna live it the way they want to live it. And when it comes down to it, they have to answer for their judgments when it comes time for that. Not us. It's
My,
not for us to judge them.
yeah, my thing. I don't really care what anybody does. I mean, just don't be shitty. Don't like be trying to
Yeah.
get one up on someone
Oh yeah.
just
Be a
because.
good human being.
Yeah, like, and it's not hard to be a good human being.
Don't be a shitty one because shitty ones don't
It's
make it very
not
far.
like if you're in a bad mood, just like, and if you don't
Walk
have
away.
nothing nice to say, like, just don't say nothing.
I'd say just
Like,
walk away.
it's not that hard. Just walk away. Like we was talking about, like fucking how to get away from negative people. Just walk away. Don't even explain yourself.
Oh yeah. You don't have to.
Like,
You don't owe
do
them
they
that.
deserve it? Would they explain
No.
it to you?
No.
How often do they lie to you?
A lot.
Like, so, like, what's the big deal? Like, I get it. You're a good person, and sometimes whenever you're a good person, it's hard to go against. Like your fucking your internal like is telling you no, that's not like you don't do people like that. But
Yeah.
like in a way, it's not you being a dick. Like you're just looking out for yourself, and ain't nothing wrong with that. That's why they're lying to you. That's why they're trying to finesse you, is because they're worried about themselves. Ain't nothing wrong
Oh
with
yeah.
ain't nothing wrong with being selfish. I think nothing's wrong with being selfish, like with your time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When it comes to that, I ain't gonna lie. I'm
Ain't
selfish
nothing
with
wrong with
mine.
being selfish with your time. Ain't nothing wrong with being selfish.
I get selfish with my time.
Like, but there is something wrong with being selfish whenever you're fucking, whenever you're wasting somebody's time,
Oh
whenever
yeah.
whenever you're affecting other people. Yeah.
Yeah, don't waste my time. I don't want my time to be wasted. I have plenty of other things
But
that I
if
could do.
somebody's being selfish with you and not fucking respecting your time, not respecting you, ain't nothing wrong with being selfish
Oh
with
yeah.
yourself.
I heard that.
Ain't nothing wrong with showing a little self-love, and that's what I think that is. Like you wouldn't want somebody to take advantage of your wife's time. You wouldn't want somebody to take advantage of your husband's time. So why is it okay for people to take advantage of your time?
It's not okay.
Treat yourself like you would that significant other, like that dream woman you got, like that dream man you got.
Oh yeah.
Treat yourself like that.
Oh yeah. You got to treat
You
yourself
know?
before you treat anybody else.
Like I don't. That's kind of just how I look at it. Is
Yeah.
like
But
how would I treat that person that I really want in my life, and that's how I need to treat myself.
yeah.
Like how would I would want to protect and provide for them. So that's what I need to do for myself.
So take it from B Diz. He's saying value yourself.
Yeah. If you don't, other people aren't.
No, they won't. They're gonna just look at you like,
They're gonna
oh,
be
you're
like, oh, I
lower
got.
than the earth.
Yeah.
You're an ant. You don't exist. You don't. They don't see you for who you are. And yeah, she's right, Keisha Owens. No judgment. I mean, and here that's the funny thing about it. I gotta say this too. And that's the funny thing about it. Since I'm ordained as a deacon, I've had a lot of people walk up to me and like, you're not gonna judge me for what I'm doing right now, are you? And I tell them, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna judge you for what you do in your life. It's not my life. I don't have to live your life. You live
I
your
don't
own
have
life.
to agree with it.
Yeah, I just don't. I'd rather not, go down that road with you. And I always tell them, what you do in your life is something that you got to answer for later on, not me, because I got to answer for all the stuff that I've did in my life.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that I know I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to answer for one day when I go to them pearly gates.
Mm.
This is how they say it looks, is pearly gates, but I don't know because I haven't been there.
Right. Yeah, so let's kind of talk about like attention seekers.
Oh yeah,
And not like go with the transgender or bring like
yeah.
sexes. I mean, we can bring sexes into it. We didn't really touch on men and women that are attention seekers.
Oh no, we didn't. We
Um,
just went off key.
I don't like attention.
Yeah.
I'm doing all right, Zach. I hope you're doing good. I hate that you're not out of Bowers, but I hope you're doing better. Hope you living the life, homie.
Hell yeah, that's what's up.
I honestly, cause as a kid, I don't. My brothers were so bad. My brothers got like all of the attention,
Yeah.
and I didn't get like hardly any attention because I was pretty well behaved. My mom always thanked me for behaving so well, and fucking my brothers always got the attention. So I kind of grew to not like attention.
Yeah.
So whenever I get attention, I'm kind of like put off. I'm kind of like,
Oh yeah.
like steer back.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird because I do music and shit
Yeah.
and do this, and obviously you need attention
Oh yeah.
to be able to make money from it.
Mhm. Yeah.
But yeah,
And here
that's internal struggles that I need to fucking figure out.
and
though.
here growing up, man, since I'm the firstborn, I'm the oldest, you know.
You got all the attention.
So no, I'm not gonna say really, but I mean, I'm like, you know, so many years apart from my siblings. So I'm gonna say it like this. So like, man, me growing up, yeah, my mom might have gave me attention growing up, but I'm like, man, I never really wanted it. I just wanted to do my own thing as a kid. I always hid in my room, never came out of my room, or I'd go outside and stay outside real late at night until the street lights came on,
Yeah.
and then I'll go back to my room and hide and play that Nintendo.
Mhm.
I never really wanted attention.
I always had select few people that I wanted to share my attention with.
Yeah,
I didn't like large crowds. I've gotten a lot better as I've grown
Yeah.
older. I used to be someone who like I choked in speech class
yeah,
and shit, and then being able to go
Oh.
on stage and perform in front of,
yeah,
50 to 100 people. I think the most that I ever did was probably like 250, and yeah, like from going to choking in speech class, and it was because of the attention,
Yeah.
because I'm standing in front of everybody and and I'm like, oh,
Mm,
and I'm like, oh, I hope I don't embarrass myself, and I embarrass myself,
yeah,
and I've learned like if I control my inner dialogue, and I'm like fucking, like if I'm like, oh, I hope I don't embarrass myself, well, my focus is still on embarrassing myself. And then I would tend to embarrass myself. If I focus on
yeah,
this going good, this is going to go good, this is going to work out in my favor,
mm,
things tend to work out in my favor. I feel like I show up in ways
yeah,
where things will work out in my favor. Like, so if I'm not controlling that inner dialogue
yeah,
within myself, then the old program picks up, and
Yeah.
then I'm worried about embarrassing myself, and then I do something stupid
Yeah.
and then embarrass myself. But really, I don't get embarrassed over much anymore. I've made an ass out of myself a million times.
yeah.
Like I said,
and
like
here,
I said,
and here, honestly, to tell you the truth, man, I got forced into, into the attention spot when I was younger. Like my mom, she sent me to
public speaking is not the easiest thing,
No, it's
Zach.
not. No, it's not.
It's not, and there's a lot of people that struggle with it.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of people we've tried to have come on, and I feel like it's the public speaking
Yeah.
that stops them. That they're like people, are watching you
Yeah.
guys. It's not like we have a lot of viewers, but we do have some,
Yeah.
and
Oh, he tells
people
me
are worried about what other people think.
I'm good at certain things when it comes to this, but I'm like, dude, if I don't do it, it's never gonna get done. So somebody's got to do it.
Well, nobody's gonna do it for you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But like I said though, like growing up, my mom forced me to go to church a lot, and I remember doing like the three wise men and stuff like that. I got forced into the attention thing growing up, and it was like, man, it's like I don't want to be in the spotlight on this, but I
Mhm.
still got forced into it. So my thing with attention, I didn't want it. I never wanted
Right,
attention.
but see, was it did you not want the attention, or was it because you were scared of embarrassing yourself?
Oh
Was it
no,
was it
no.
Because I feel like that's where mine was coming from, was like the fear of embarrassing myself and
Yeah.
then what people were gonna say afterwards.
Oh no, I wasn't scared. I actually
I feel
knew.
like that's where mine came from.
I actually knew the lines. I actually did everything, but it's just that I didn't want to be in the spotlight. I mean, I got forced into that as a child growing up. You know, being out there in the spotlight, being put out in the spotlight when I don't
Yeah,
want the attention. But that's just how my mom was when I was
I
little.
feel you.
She felt like, oh, my son needs attention, pay attention. He's going to do something, great or whatever. But it's not like that now that I'm older.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of times parents will shove their failed dreams down their children's throat and then try
Yeah.
to have them do what they wanted to do. Or
Yeah.
sometimes parents will, hold their kids down so they don't become better than them, which is terrible, but it happens in this world.
Oh, yeah, it does. And
Zach, yeah, I struggle with it because I still don't like a lot of attention.
I don't like it at all.
Um, and doing the rap thing, whenever I started doing it, it was definitely out of my comfort zone, but I feel like it was something that I needed to break out of. I've never been a person who really used my voice as a kid. Um, and I needed to learn to start using my voice, and from fucking choking in speech class and shit to like doing this now, performing in front of like 200 people. Like I can say I definitely broke out of that comfort zone, but there's still comfort zones that I'm probably not even aware of that I have.
Man, I hear, you know what? It took me a long time to step out my comfort zone.
But and I feel like that's why I still go into hermit mode, man. Like I fucking like doing the music thing. Like I'll release a song and then I want to like stay away from social media for a minute. Like I don't want to read what people are saying.
Yeah.
I don't
That's one of the
'cause
things that I stopped
I tend
doing.
to overthink a lot of things too.
Yeah,
Like I don't people may perceive me as like super confident and like I don't fucking like but
yeah.
I fucking overthink lot, a lot,
Mm.
and I feel I get in my own way,
Yeah.
and I
But that's
know that.
natural. You're human. You ain't a fucking robot. If you was a robot, you wouldn't have no feeling or emotions or anything. So I mean, we gotta have emotions and feelings. We're human. We're flesh,
Yeah,
blood and bones. I mean, we're gonna feel some type of way. We're gonna get on our feelings if we see something that strikes that moment in us.
but yeah, fucking. I don't know. Sometimes I wish I was a robot, and sometimes I feel like a robot whenever I go to work and do the same shit
Well,
every
anybody's
fucking
gonna feel
day.
like a robot going to work and doing the same damn thing every day.
Yeah, fucking. But yeah, let's talk about attention seekers like uh girls getting on social media just shaking ass for
That's
attention
attention.
and not
That's
wanting to be objectified,
and then
but
they
then playing into the being objectified
yeah.
and it to fuel their ego.
Yeah, they say they don't like that attention and they don't want it. Once them guys start talking dirty to them and this and that, they're like, "Why are you talking to me this way?" But you're shaking your booty, this and that on there, getting attention from it. So they're basically saying you want attention. They're trying to tell you something that they see that they feel like
I
you're
don't
wanting.
And they can say like, "Oh, fucking I do that for me." And it's like, "Well, if you do that for you, I don't like just take the picture and keep it on your phone."
Yeah,
Like you don't have to share that to Facebook. No, you want the likes,
yeah,
you want people to see it
yeah.
because that fuels you.
I think the younger they are, the more they want attention. Cause like even
I don't. To me, it depends on the individual.
yeah.
It don't matter the age because I've seen fucking 40-year-old women act like
Oh yeah,
you know
yeah.
and
You ain't
that
lying.
act like that. It don't. I don't. It depends on the individual.
Yeah, and here it took me a long time to get to where I wanted to do stuff like this because like I say, when I was growing up, we didn't have Facebook yet, we didn't have MySpace yet, and then all of a sudden, boom, it gets to the 2000s. MySpace starts to
Take off. Yeah.
starts to make its first appearance around in the thousands, and now look, boom, they got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Well, and a lot of time, and I don't think this is something that a lot of people talk about, is like I've noticed it, and I guarantee since I've noticed it within myself, It's not just me that deals with it because we're all human. We
Oh
all kind of
yeah.
experience the same things. Say there's a time like whenever you're on social media and you are getting a lot of attention
Yeah.
and shit, and then say, you know, after that attention kind of wears off and you're not getting those likes,
Yeah.
it does something to you, and you're
It breaks you.
like, you know, fuck, if I could just get that many likes again, I would, you know, I would be happy,
Yeah.
and that's a problem.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
your source of validation couldn't come from the likes
Mhm.
of other people.
Yeah.
It is nice to be accepted by people,
Oh yeah.
but I think the best thing is to accept yourself
Yeah.
for you, and accepting yourself for who you are, and not trying to change who you are so other people accept you. And
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of like the world we live in is like we go to school and we try to fit in
Yeah.
because whenever you fit out, it's not the easiest to get along, but then we kind of lose who we are,
Yeah.
to our soul and our heart, and we become, you know, a part of, you know, society.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
we may have loved something at one time and somebody was like, that's dumb, and since their opinion of it was dumb, you changed your opinion to it was dumb, even though you loved it to your core,
Yeah.
and you changed it
Oh yeah.
because of somebody else's opinion.
Oh yeah. And here I like the people that don't ever change when they grow up, and they're the ones that's like Star
I mean,
Wars
we all
fans.
change, but
Well, I'm saying the ones that are like Star Wars fans, and they like to go to the places where they dress up and cosplay and stuff like that. I give them a lot of credit because them people are brave for doing what they do, man. And they're not really looking for attention, but they just love that stuff. And I got to give them credit. I mean, me being who I am, I was a jock. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I play sports, and I seen it as like, well, I'm not a nerd, but I shouldn't call them that, but that's not what they are. But that's how I felt when I was growing up.
I don't.
I always felt that way.
In a way, like fucking, like in school and shit, you didn't want to be the smart kid. Like, you know,
Yeah, true.
you didn't want
Yeah,
to be the
true.
smart kid. You didn't want to be called a nerd. You didn't,
Yeah,
you know.
because then that
And
gives,
I feel like that probably had an effect on why I didn't try very much in
yeah.
school and shit. And
Well,
I didn't really start caring about learning until I was about 23 after I had
yeah.
so many epiphanies and shit. And I'm like,
Oh,
yo, I need to grow. I need to learn. I've been the same
yeah.
person for like so long. Like, and I'm still that person. It's just I've learned so much and I've changed the things that I felt were needed to change. And
Oh yeah.
I take it day by day.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not perfect. There's still a lot of shit about me that I
And here,
need to
and here,
change.
actually, honestly, and here, all the times that I know that I'm like a sport, like going through high school, I was a sports jock.
Absolutely, China. Yeah, and that's what BUCY is all about, is
Yeah.
encouraging people to be themselves.
Oh yeah.
It's a place where you're not going to be judged for being who you are. We need to be comfortable with who we are.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Our natural selves,
Oh yeah.
you know, not a false charade, a
Yeah.
fake mask that we wear to be accepted by everybody else in
Yeah.
society.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's true. That's true. We shouldn't. And here, but like what I was saying though is like me in high school, I seen a lot of smart guys get walked up to like with the them girls that they thought that was the sexy as hell, and they used them to do their homework. They used them to get their homework done or whatever. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, I'm not going down that path with them. I'm
I
just
don't. I used. I cheated off of the pretty chicks.
you cheated and here. Wow.
I'd use them.
And here I'm surprised they passed. So, I'm not saying that they're not
In
smart.
my school, I feel like it was like the pretty girls were smart.
They probably
I
were.
feel like girls are naturally
Actually, girls learn faster than we
I
do.
feel like women are probably like more book smart than men.
Yeah, but they learn faster than we do, though.
And women are definitely better at manipulation than men.
Yeah, that too. Oh yeah, oh yeah. because they got something that we want.
Well, that and men are more physically dominant, so
Yeah.
women need one up on men
Oh yeah.
in some,
Oh yeah.
in some way. So I feel like they are mentally superior.
I hate to say it, they use what their mama gave them to manipulate us.
Yeah. But if you control those urges, then
Yeah.
then
Oh yeah.
and it can be hard, but it's definitely doable.
Yeah.
I do it, and fucking I have dudes. Are you gay? Dude, nah, fucking no. I fucking love women, and I'm actually a big fucking pervert. But
Yes, this
and
guy
I
is.
love big butts.
And he cannot lie.
Fuck.
He was listening to that song when I had looked over and I heard it. He's all listening to it. He's all going along with it. I like big butts and I cannot lie.
And that's where women do have the upper hand on
Oh,
men,
yeah.
is because they know what men want, and if you listen to women, they'll say all men want the same thing. All they
Yeah.
want is one thing, and for the most part, yeah,
Yeah.
it is true. It's very fucking true. But
I-
if you were a man and you were surrounded by all these pretty women, you would want it too.
So I'm gonna say it like this. What if I'm gonna say it
You'd
like,
want it too.
so I'm gonna say it like this. What if the shoe was on the other foot? You were posting stuff like I know there's some guys out here that take their shirt off and they do their little posts, they do their little videos or whatever, and they do the little bathroom photos or selfies. What if-
I don't think women find that attractive.
I don't either. But what if they did?
Women find
Okay, so like
a
say,
man doing his thing attractive.
Yeah.
Not posing. That's girl.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
girl
yeah.
behavior.
Yeah,
Showing off their body, and
But I'm
that's
a-
girl behavior.
but I'm gonna say it
Men
like,
are supposed to do.
oh yeah, but I'm gonna say it like this. So say like women that want the attention that like show half of their body and whatnot. What if the shit was on the other foot and there were guys doing that for women's attention, and then these women
Oh,
started talking dirty to them
There are.
the way that these guys talk dirty to most of these women on here that they don't. That, just
But
because-
that shit happens every day.
I know, but I'm saying, what if it was on the other foot and the women were doing that to the guys? How would they feel about that? And if they were with their feelings and they didn't want to be talked to like that, and they got seen as a slab of meat, one grade A slab of meat.
Women are more perverted than men.
Oh, I believe it.
It's
Oh, I
just that
believe
women are a lot better at controlling it. Men have been taught, oh, boys will be boys, so they've been taught, oh, you don't have to control these. You can be a fucking pervert, and you don't have any repercussions to worry about unless if you're sexually assaulting someone.
Yeah.
And then you have big worries, but
Mm.
that's something that should have been taught as a fucking
Yeah,
kid.
you'll get a lot of
Yeah.
attention like that.
And honestly, I think women like it whenever a man does have control over that.
Oh,
and
yeah.
isn't doesn't just think with his dick.
I think there's a lot of guys in this world today that do that.
I think women probably find self control more attractive than.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say it like this. So say I'm gonna say it like this. So if I go, so as old as I am, I'm
Said it does. Thank you, China. Thank you for verifying.
So I'm gonna say it like this: as old as I am, I'm old fashioned. So I'm the type of guy that wants to take somebody to a dinner and have a conversation with them over dinner, and not okay. So say just because I'm taking somebody to dinner and I sit there with you for that hour or something, sitting there talking to you, and after we get done dinner, don't expect to think that I want something out of this dinner. I don't. I just wanted to know where your mind state was at and to get who you really are. I don't want sex. It's not about that. It should never be about that when you're out on a date. It should be about the conversation and
It should
getting
be
to know the
about the
person and the
individual.
mindset.
Is there chemistry? Is there
Yeah.
is there a possibility of a
Yeah.
future? I mean, if we both agree to have and we're both mutual on wanting the
Oh,
sex,
yeah.
and that's cool. But
Yeah. And I noticed
what's
it's
not,
not like that.
cool is taking advantage of someone that you know that wants you,
Yeah.
and then getting what you want out of them and then tossing them aside. That's not cool.
No, it's not. And here I noticed that these days that's what goes on now. It's you meet at
But
the bar, have a
it's
drink,
cool to
go
be
home.
a piece of shit. It's cool to have no morals, to fuck people over,
No,
to
it's
fuck
not.
to fuck to fuck as many girls as you want, and I don't know. And now, like, fucking, I don't know.
I ain't gonna lie. I went on a date, or I went on a date one time, and I had a girl say that to
Just
me.
once.
I had one on a date. I had a girl say that to me. She's like, I went on a date with a guy, but after he had bought me dinner, he thought that I was gonna give him sex. I'm like, no, I'm not looking for that. I just want the conversation and the company, and I want to see where your mindset's at. And
Well, women aren't used to that.
yeah, I know, but it's crazy because it's like, what what in the hell was this dude's problem to do that? Just because you're paying for dinner for this woman to go out to dinner with you or whatever, what makes you think that you're
Wait,
obligated
and
to get sex
that's the
because you're paying
thing.
for dinner?
That's the thing that's kind of made women. I feel like resent men.
Yeah,
Is
it does.
like, I do something for you, and you're expecting something in return. But that's why a lot of women won't get with these like nice guys,
Yeah,
because they know there's an ulterior
yeah.
motive.
Oh yeah,
They know, and they're not upfront about it. They're not direct about it.
yeah.
So in a way, a woman doesn't respect that, because you ain't even got the balls to say what you
Oh
really
yeah.
fucking want. And then
True.
whenever you're not giving me what you want, like, you could have been kind, just be nice out of the kindness of your fucking
Oh yeah,
heart, and show me a fucking good time, and maybe it would have led there. But
yeah.
since after the date you didn't get exactly what you fucking
Oh
wanted.
yeah.
But that's why I'm saying women are mentally smarter than men don't even think about that. Men are just
That is true.
a lot of men just think with the dick, and that is it.
That yeah,
It goes no deeper. It's just that.
yeah. And most of the time it does go. It goes that way.
Yeah, I don't. Not the super nice guys though. China. Yeah, yeah. I don't.
So I'm gonna say guys like me and Brad, we're probably a dying breed. You won't ever find no guys like us. He's got his own little self. Like, I mean, we're not the same, but I mean, we're a dying breed the way we think because we don't think like every other man out here.
I since fucking I hadn't even like DM'd a chick and like fucking, I don't know, like, with the intentions of like just trying to hook up with her. I
Yeah.
ain't messaged a fucking chick, DM'd a chick in probably 6-7 years.
Damn.
6-7 years.
Dang.
Like,
And
for real, with just that solely being my intention.
yeah. So I gotta say this though too.
Like, I rarely ever even like it. I don't. It has to be something about a girl that makes me like,
Yeah.
I would like to try with you.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be something else. And if you're a chick that's an attention seeker, that's constantly showing her body online, or fucking, or
Yeah.
constantly flirting with men, constantly,
They
you're
do.
not interested at all. And I don't give a shit how pretty you are. Not interested.
Yeah.
Because more than likely, if I get in a relationship, that your behavior is not going to change. And it's not that I'm
Yeah.
insecure. It's just I feel
And,
like you're not respecting the relationship.
and
And
you're
and
right
if you're
about
not
that, China.
respecting the relationship, why should I?
Yeah. China's
Wh-
right about that. Some women do chase bad guys still. And I mean that's just something that they're
Well,
attracted to.
the bad guys. This is the difference between the bad guys and the good guys. Is the bad guys have a backbone. A bad guy will challenge the woman, whereas the good guy doesn't. The good guy doesn't have a backbone.
Yeah.
He's doing everything and trying too fucking hard to be accepted by you, and in a
Yeah.
way, you feel like he's fake,
Mm.
and you know he's being fake. So that's
Yeah.
why you don't want the good guy.
Mm.
The bad guy, he's well, he's got a backbone. He
Yeah.
does what he wants whenever he wants
yeah.
to. He doesn't really look to you to be like, is it okay that I do this? Like, you're not
Yeah.
playing the mother role.
Fuck that.
Like, if you wanted a kid, you'd have a fucking kid. If
Yeah.
you want a man, you don't
And,
want a child.
and here I hate to say that. I've been told I'm a good guy.
And I think that's the difference. The fucking good guy doesn't have much confidence. If he does have confidence, it's a false source of confidence, and it's coming from outside outside of himself.
Yeah.
It's not internal. So that is
Oh
it's
yeah.
not real confidence.
And
It's coming from the good that's happening in his life.
yeah.
Whenever the bad dude, although his confidence is dwelling in bad habits and shit, but he still does what he wants to do, and he in a way knows himself more than the good guy.
I thought the good nice guys were what?
We're boring. And not yeah, they
Yeah.
didn't challenge you. That's why you thought they were boring.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
you could predict everything before you even got to know him. So what was there to get to know? There wasn't
Yeah.
anything to get to know
Oh,
because
Yeah. And here
he was boring.
and here, honestly-
you could predict everything.
and here honestly
You've seen the end of you've seen this movie before. You know exactly how it ends.
and here you've hung out with me a lot. I've had chicks. I've dated a couple of chicks that told me I was a nice guy. I'm sitting there looking at them like, you don't even know me. I'm only allowing you to see what I want you to see. I don't feel like I need to challenge that because I already know what's gonna happen.
I don't, and that's where I used to fail. China was I was like extremely nice and
Yeah.
fucking
I've been
to the
there.
girls that I really really fucking wanted, and in a and like to look at it now, I realized like that was me being fake. That was me like behaving,
yourself.
behaving. Yeah, I was behaving in a way that I thought would get me the things that I wanted.
Yeah.
And it never did. I didn't have a backbone, but we've been brought up in this society where we watch fucking romantic movies, and
Yeah.
you've got to prove yourself to the woman, and this, and I don't have to prove shit.
Yeah.
There ain't shit to prove. Like either we're gonna try this or we're not. I ain't gonna prove shit. I ain't gonna sugarcoat shit. If you like me, cool. If you don't, fine. Fuck it. I wish
Yeah.
you luck. Who cares? Whatever. Peace.
I think it takes maturity. Younger women have to learn. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but see,
But that goes the same for men
like
though too.
I think women have become such. I'm not a big fan of whores, and there is no way that I would want to get with a woman that's been with 50 men.
That's
And
a lot
I'm
of
not
men.
saying that a woman can't change. Had she been with 50 men and changed, maybe we'll talk about it. Like it depends. I'm very open minded, and I understand people can change because I've
Yeah.
changed myself. But it's I don't. A lot of the times, your past will drag you back. Like you know the saying, like you can't make a hoe a housewife. And
heard
and
that
in,
a lot.
and in a majority of cases, it's true.
Yeah.
But and I can say the same thing for every other guy. Yeah, sure. Like these girls that have all these likes on Facebook,
Yeah.
or that get a lot of attention. Like yeah, you might have all these dudes, but really all they want is that one thing from you.
Yeah.
And you fucking know it. You ain't gonna find a husband
Mm,
doing hoe shit.
yeah.
Like you ain't gonna find it.
And here I hate to say that. I grew up hearing that. You can't turn a hoe into a housewife. I'm like, why would you say that?
And a
about
lot of
women?
the times, I feel like if a good dude would actually just be himself and not be overly fucking nice, like he wouldn't allow his friends to walk all over him. He wouldn't
Mm.
allow. So why is he allowing some pretty girl? Like
That's true.
in a way, he is acting fake. In a way,
Yeah.
and he can't.
I think if
He can't do that.
I think if you be yourself and you go at the woman being yourself, you'll get a little bit more accomplished.
It's do shit for you.
Mm.
If you have a relationship with yourself, you'll know why you're doing the shit that you're doing.
yeah.
And whether if anybody else understands it, that doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter if they understand it or not, as long as you
The,
understand.
the people that are supposed to be for you, if you're acting out of integrity, if you are acting out of your true fucking character, the people that are supposed to be around you will gravitate towards you.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's how it fucking works. Likes attract likes.
Oh yeah.
You know? So say you've put on a persona of who you're really fucking not, and fucking and it's just
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's why
I lost what was gonna say,
Oh,
but
sorry.
no, you're good. You're good.
I
Go
hope I
ahead.
didn't- I was gonna say that's why I do what I do when we go out in public. You see me, I just walk right up to everybody. I'll be like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Yeah. And like I would much rather be loved for who I am. I mean, I would much rather be hated for who I am than loved for who I'm not,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that I feel like that are in the grave right now that live their whole life as a lie, pretending to be somebody that they're not.
Yeah. I can't do it.
Like I said, I've studied shit for the past like 7 years
Yeah.
and shit. And like whenever I first started, I was like listening to like old people. I'd get on YouTube and I'd listen to old people at the end of their lives talking about like life lessons and shit that they wish they would have learned
Oh
whenever
yeah.
they were
It's a little too
younger.
late for that.
Yeah, and that's why I did it. I'm like, I don't want to make the same mistakes that this person did. Like,
Yeah.
and it's sad that people go to the grave never really expressing them true selves,
Yeah.
dying with their song still in them, dying with their dreams
Yeah.
that they never ever even attempted at,
That's true. That is true.
you know, because one
Yeah.
person told them they couldn't. And that's all it takes, especially if it's a parent that's like, "Oh no, you can't do that." And then you never fucking at least try it. And who knows? Maybe you think you want something until you try it. And then you're like, "Oh shit, I didn't really want this." But you would have never learned that had you not done it. And that's something that I'm learning now is I've spent all this time learning all this knowledge and shit, and it fucking, but you still have to go out and experience life. Like all that knowledge and shit doesn't
Oh
really do
yeah.
you any good if you're not using it. Like knowledge is power, but powerless if you don't use it.
That is true. That is true. And here, that's one thing that, man, like when I was growing up, I always talked to older people than me because I wanted to see, like, I wanted to learn from them. So I've always had conversation with adults when I was growing up. That's the one thing that I've always did. I've always had conversations with adults, no matter how young I was. I'll sit there and talk to them, have conversations with them, and I mean, I'm comfortable with talking to people because I've always did that as a kid. But it's just like, I mean, I just don't want the attention or anything. It's just that I just like talking to people. That's just who I am.
I genuinely love people. It's
Yeah,
whenever you're around people that don't love themselves and that don't, or maybe they just express love differently.
yeah. I think a lot of people
But
express love differently.
if I don't know, those people tend to not give a shit about anything. If they don't care about themselves, what makes you think they're gonna care about you?
They don't if they don't care about themselves.
No, I've come to find out life is like a mirror. Life, like whatever's on the inside, the outside's gonna
Yeah,
reflect.
I think.
If you hate yourself, people in your life are gonna
Yeah,
show up and hate on you,
yeah.
and you need to learn to accept
And
yourself.
that's funny that you said
Other
that.
what?
The a mirror of yourself. It's funny that you say that
I feel like
because
life reflects back to who you are all the
yeah.
time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Every day,
I,
I see it. I don't, and spiritual teachers out there are teaching
yeah.
this
I think when
is life is a reflection of your internal dialogue.
I felt like how you just said that. I feel that way about people that come out and lash out, or they got something like horrible to say. I feel like that, like them being the way that they are. I feel like that's a reflection of their self when they
Mhm.
think you're that way when you're really
Well,
not.
they
But they
can only
see,
perceive you from their perception.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Whatever they see within you resides within them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And that's the one thing I've caught on to
Depending
in my
on
life.
I don't, that could get misconstrued too.
Yeah, it can.
Because like somebody that's super self-aware
Yeah.
that understands that maybe has been like that can point that out because
Yeah.
they have been there before,
Yeah.
you know, so they can point it out.
Yeah. But there's just some people that you can point that out to and they still just I don't see it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, a lot of the times if you speak the truth, people will, you know,
They're gonna hate you for speaking the
get
truth.
an attitude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's, I feel like
They
that's
don't
the
want to hear it.
society that we live in though, is sugarcoat everything with lies.
Yeah.
Your
Get that.
your feelings are the most important thing.
Mm.
Um, like, and you should never get offended. And the people shouldn't be saying things that get you offended. Like they're just feelings. They're temporary. They're not there to stay. And if I don't go around intentionally trying to hurt people's feelings, never have. But if I'm speaking the truth and it strikes something like within you,
They're gonna lash out if you strike something within them.
oh yeah, and I've definitely witnessed it because once I started learning this shit, I used to, force it on to
Yeah.
people, and I've learned the people that need help come and get it. Like you don't have to shove
Yeah.
it down people's throats. That's like Jehovah Witness. Like a
Oh
lot of people
man.
don't want the Jehovah Witness coming up to their fucking door,
Yeah.
forcing
Their
their
beliefs and the
beliefs on
religion
you.
on you.
And in a way, it's the same thing. Like with what I was doing, I can't force my beliefs on the other
Yeah.
people. Those who are open to it will find it.
Yeah.
Those who
I,
won't, and you can't force anybody to hear a message you're trying to send.
yeah.
If they're not ready to hear a message,
They don't want to hear
they're
it.
not gonna hear it.
No. And here you're truly right about that. And that's the one thing that I learned.
I'm right about everything.
That's the one thing that I learned in life is you can't just walk up to somebody and try to push something into their mind or try to tell them something, because if they're not ready to
They
hear it,
definitely are, China.
they're not gonna hear it.
Misery loves company.
Oh yeah.
That's why, like, if a miserable person is trying to bring somebody else down, it's because they're miserable
Oh yeah.
themselves. And I learned all of this through myself.
Yeah.
Like I've never really been a miserable person. There have been points and times in my life where I have been miserable, and whenever the lowest point of my life, I was trying to bring people down with me, and I had to check myself. I had to be like,
Mm.
Brad, this is not you. Why are you acting like this?
Yeah.
And I finally come up to the fucking conclusion
Mm.
that through myself, by calling my own self out on my own bullshit, you're fucking miserable. You're not happy with yourself. You're not happy with where you are,
Yeah.
but you have to accept it. You have to take those bitter fucking pills that you don't want to
Mm.
swallow and swallow them bitches
Yeah.
and hold them down as long as you can.
I think
And it hurts. And it
Yeah.
hurts. And there's been countless times where I've been fucking alone, crying, calling myself out on my own fucking bullshit. And it hurts, and you don't want to accept these terrible things
don't.
about yourself, but you have to. Because if you don't accept them, then you're pretty much living in denial.
Yeah.
You're like, nope, that's not me. That's not me. You have to accept them because
Yeah.
the only way you can move on, like they teach alcoholics, like the first step to recovery is admitting there's a problem.
Yeah.
But that can be used in every aspect in life.
You're right about that.
Like if you have a problem speaking in fucking public, you can sit there and be like, "Oh, I just don't speak in public and shit
Yeah.
just because, I'm cuz I don't want to." But really it's not cuz you don't want to. It's more likely the fact because you're scared.
And you're
And you
and it makes you
and
uncomfortable.
you don't want to admit the fact that you're scared, so you just tell people, "Oh, I don't do
Mm.
that."
Yeah.
Cuz that makes it sound better than, "Oh, I'm scared." And a lot of people won't even admit their own truths to themselves.
Yeah.
I feel like humanity's like getting a lot better.
Yeah.
The more I'm around people, I realize there's more people aware than what I like to give credit
Oh
for.
yeah, of course.
Uh,
And here
cause once I started learning this shit, I thought, like I'm genius and like people are, and it gave me like this God complex, and I'm no fucking
Wow.
God. I'm human, and that's even more like that makes me even more human is that like there are people who get that God complex, and whenever you
Oh
start
yeah.
doing shit that you never done before and things are going good, yeah, you're like, and you get
I think you
fucking.
lose yourself when you get that far.
You do. And then I think that's kind of like what happens to like celebrities or shit, whenever they finally fucking blow up and then you see that celebrity act in ways that they never fucking behaved before. And it's
Yeah.
because well now I've made it. Now I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
I feel like we saw that with Conor McGregor. He was on top of the fucking world and
He fell off for a while, didn't he?
if you ask me, he's still falling off. And I was a big fucking fan. I love that dude.
Mm.
But I don't like how he's acting now. I don't support the shit that he does now. He
Yeah.
acts like he don't act like he used to.
I don't think anybody does after they get so much money and so much props for all the stuff that they do. I don't think anybody's themselves anymore.
I don't the way I stay humble is I look at you like we're the same. I look at China like we're the same
Yeah.
because we are. We're all human.
Oh yeah.
I'm no better than anybody else.
Nobody's perfect.
I may make better decisions. I may make worse decisions than
Yeah.
some, you know, but really we all have the same 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
We all experience the same feelings. We all experience this life.
Yeah. But we all just take it in a different way.
And we all have our own perspectives of it, but to say you don't feel sadness, like,
Nah, I feel sadness,
no,
but just
we all
not.
do. To say you don't feel anger
I can,
is
yeah. I
done.
mean,
To say, you know,
that's why I said
like,
flesh and bone and blood and flesh, man.
and what I
I
didn't
mean, we're
like,
human.
like I'm in ways I was becoming somebody that I didn't like,
Yeah.
you know, because I didn't like people that like thought they were better than
Yeah.
me. And then once I started learning like all this shit, yeah, I kind of like was viewing myself as better.
Yeah.
And so I was becoming somebody that I didn't like.
Yeah.
But in a while, that shit was in my blind side
Yeah.
or my blind spot, and I didn't see it for the longest time.
Mm.
And sometimes it's like that. Sometimes
Yeah.
you don't realize what's in your blind spots until fucking this
Yeah.
shit's right in your fucking face, and you can't deny it no
Yeah.
more.
And here I hate to say it, I got told that I was acting like my uncle one time when I by my aunt's boyfriend. I'm looking at him, I'm like, what you mean? I'm not acting like my uncle. I didn't see it. He seen it. I
Yeah.
didn't. For there I was only for like 15, so how am I gonna see it? But
Yeah.
you know, I'm with my uncle 24 hours a day. He goes, he was in high school when I was going into high school. So I'm sitting
Right.
there, I'm like, how am I acting like my uncle? He was like, you're starting to do the same thing your uncle does. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't see it. What are you talking about?
And see it, and there were ways like whenever I first started calling myself out on my bullshit was I don't I don't hate my dad. We don't have the greatest relationship. I love him. I wish him the best.
Yeah,
But
that's all you can do.
like growing up, he did have alcohol problems, and when me and Katie had broke up, I started drinking a lot. I wasn't much in my son's life at that point in time.
Yeah,
I was drinking a lot. I was dealing with a breakup. That was the excuse for my terrible behavior.
yeah,
And yeah, and I was acting just like him. I was drinking a lot. My behavior was a lot
mm,
like his, and I didn't want to admit to myself that I was exactly like him.
yeah,
And that there are good things about my dad. Don't get me wrong. To say all of our times have been terrible and shitty would be a fucking complete lie. Um, but I try to take the good things about my dad's character, the good qualities that he had, and take those. And now I try to pick how else I want to be. You know, do what's natural for me,
yeah. I
but
mean, that's all we can
try
do,
not
really.
to try to pick who I am. And we
Yeah.
really can pick who we are and how we show up.
Oh yeah,
It's just you have this. A lot of people have a narrative in their head of who they are and
yeah,
why they are where they are. Like you just kind of have to change that story in your
yeah,
head first.
yeah.
But you have to be in touch with yourself
Oh
too. You
yeah,
can't just say, "Oh, I'm this." Like, nah, with the flaws, you have to accept the flaws.
oh yeah,
Yeah, because that's the only way you're gonna be able to change them.
yeah. And I hate to say that. And if you don't like you said, you the first step is admitting that you have a problem.
Yeah.
And if you don't admit that, you're never truly gonna actually grow or succeed in doing what you want to do, or you're just gonna sit there and always say or make excuses, you know? That's the main thing that's gonna be in your head all the time. Oh, I gotta make an excuse. There's gonna be an excuse. And that's
Mhm.
all you got coming out of your mouth is excuses, an excuse, and an excuse, and it's on top of another excuse,
Mhm.
and it just goes on and on and on and on. And you're truly not trying to change that, and you're just going out with more excuses. Yeah, you start to believe them excuses after so long, and that's all you got is an excuse for why you don't want to do what you're trying to get to.
Mhm.
is because there's always an excuse, and that excuse is going to hold you back and hold you down.
Is that there's always an excuse.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Like you can have any excuse in the world, and your mind is creative. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
you can use those creative juices
Yeah.
to create different things other than
Yeah.
excuses.
Oh yeah.
Now
Now.
come up with excuses why you can
Yeah.
do the things instead of why you can't. It's just that our minds are, since we've been cavemen, like our minds have not changed.
We still got the primal. We still got the primal
and
instinct.
and that's what I'm saying. Our minds are still 10,000 fucking years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but the times have changed.
Yeah.
You know, like back then it was about survival. Now we don't really have anything to worry about. We had to worry about a fucking saber-tooth lions, like back
Trying
then,
to eat
tigers.
us.
Saber-tooth tigers back then. We had to,
Yeah.
we were in the fucking wild.
Yeah.
Like, that wasn't meant to, like, now it don't really pertain to today's. Like our mind
Yeah.
is to set out to seek comfort and
Yeah.
shit, because in a way it was protection for us back in the day.
Yeah.
But it's we're so fucking coddled now
Yeah.
as a society, especially in
Oh, yeah.
America. We're so coddled. We're so
I think
spoiled.
I think we're babies.
But no, we definitely are, and other countries think the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they have a harder life than we do.
We're coddled. Ain't nothing wrong with it going through hard times. It
No.
builds character.
Oh yeah. And here I've been
Like, and that's why men used to be so, like, men. I feel like men actually used to be men back in the day. Now we have bitches. Like you say something, and a dude's like,
And they get emotional.
"Oh, yeah, super fucking emotional,"
Yeah.
and shit. It's just like, dude,
Yeah.
they're just words.
Yeah.
They're just words. They don't hurt unless if you allow them to.
Yeah.
Like sticks and stones,
I
they
was
break
about to
my
say-
bones.
I was about to say that. And here, you know what? I read
Like, but I used to be sensitive as fuck as a kid.
I think
Like,
we all were.
I used to be sensitive as fuck. Like, if somebody fucking said something to me and like picking on me, that shit ate at me for
Yeah.
fucking ever, and I hated it.
Mm,
And I was so soft.
yeah.
I was.
But you're a kid. How are you
But
supposed to be
I don't
hard when
want-
you're a kid?
And now I'm so, like, I feel like my mind is so callous. I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck what anybody says. That was before I really knew myself, and
Yeah.
I was looking for outside validation.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like if it's the truth, like if somebody says something and you get fired up, I feel like in a way, somehow, some way, like it's the truth. Otherwise, because if you knew that it was a lie, if you knew that it was bullshit, like,
Yeah.
why do you even care?
That's true. That's true.
I know whenever I'm telling the truth, and
Yeah.
whether if anybody believes it or not, I know it's the truth. I don't give
Yeah.
a fuck.
If they
What
don't-
I
if-
don't like, I am the truth.
As long as you know the truth, and if they don't believe it, they don't believe it. That's on them.
All I speak is truth.
Yeah. And here,
I try to, and I'm wrong.
I was
I'm
gonna-
wrong at times.
I was gonna say, since we talked about primal instinct, there was a book that I took a liking to. Like the first book I've ever took a liking to was Survival of the Fittest. There was a book actually called that.
It's just, yeah.
I actually read that book. That's the book that is
Well,
like,
and that's
I
how-
looked at things differently after I read
that's
it.
how we got to this point. Was the strong survived,
Yeah.
and now
And the weak
it's
won't.
yeah, and now it's
Everybody's surviving, apparently.
well, and I don't think there's anything wrong
There's
with
not.
with
I think
You know?
I think tough love
Like,
has got
like,
to be
if-
applied though.
if you are fucking sensitive, like learn to be a little bit, learn to become more callous, especially
Yeah.
if you're a man.
Oh yeah,
Especially if you're a man.
that's true. That's true.
Like, you're supposed to be gritty. You're supposed to be fucking.
I mean, he's not saying turn off your emotions and be a cold-hearted motherfucker, but he's saying at least know how to control them. Because, like I'm gonna say right now,
I feel like you should understand your emotions.
Yeah.
Because women obviously understand theirs.
yeah,
And I feel like we all want a partner. We
I told you
all
they learn
I don't
faster than we do.
I'm speaking for myself. I can't speak for everybody else, but I feel like we all want a partner.
Yeah,
Um and I lost what I was gonna say. Hang on.
my bad.
No, you go. Quit saying my bad.
No, because I thought I knocked you off track.
I don't, dude. My mind just
Your mind's always bouncing 90 miles an hour around somewhere. I mean, mine does, but it's
all
just,
day, every day.
mine does, but mine bounces and then I lose what I'm going to say, but I come up with something else to say because it's
Like
something
that's why I
gotta do.
started meditating, because it really helps me like focus and clear my mind,
Yeah.
and I can focus on the things that actually matter.
I tried that. I tried to meditate once when you suggested I should try it. I ended up falling asleep. Just so you know.
I've done that at times. It doesn't mean to never try it again.
No, I mean I still try, but I still fall asleep. I mean that's just me though. I don't know if it's just me closing my dude. It's just like me closing my eyes to go to bed.
Oh, what I was gonna say was, fucking women are emotional,
Yeah, they are.
and men tend to not have emotions.
Yeah,
And I feel like for the longest time, men haven't really understood their emotions. And in a
yeah,
relationship, I feel like the man, in a way, is a leader. He's the provider, the
Yeah.
protector.
yeah,
And I know times have changed,
yeah,
but I feel like why women didn't fucking why women stayed in
Yeah.
relationships back in the day where they were getting beat the shit out of
yeah,
was because they didn't have no escape. They couldn't. They had not as many rights as what a man did.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Yeah, but men didn't understand their emotions. A man would go to work, his boss would chew his ass, he'd have a terrible day, he'd come home, beat the shit out of her to make him feel a little bit
yeah,
better.
That's not good.
Yeah, and no, it's not good.
It's not good.
But had he understood, and I'm not
Yeah.
saying every man back in the day was doing this, but it was happening a lot.
Yeah, it was. It was.
And that's why I feel like it's not like that anymore.
No.
Obviously, women are in the workplace, and
Yeah.
you know, but men tend to not understand their emotions. And then whenever a
Yeah.
woman's acting emotional, since you don't understand your emotions, you're not going to understand hers.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you're supposed to be the leader of the relationship, if you don't understand her emotions and you don't understand yours,
Yeah.
so obviously you're not going to understand hers. How are you like you're not a viable leader?
Yeah.
You're not a good leader because you don't
Yeah.
understand your emotions. You don't understand what drives
That's
you.
true. That's true. And here, that's the thing. I've been told that I've been told that I don't care, that I don't show my emotions and feelings like most people do. But it's not that I don't care. I care. Trust me, I care.
I would say be selective with who you show your
Yeah.
emotions to.
I mean, I mean, I have emotions and feelings. Don't get me wrong, but mine just don't.
The only people who don't have emotions are psychopaths and sociopaths.
Wow.
And I feel like psychopaths do to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Sociopaths don't.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I've been called everything in the name of the book because I don't show my emotion and feelings like everybody else does.
Well, and a lot of
I'm not a
times,
psychopath. I'm not crazy.
I'm sure that it's women that's calling you this.
Yeah, because
That's telling you that, but they don't understand it because they can't shut their emotions off.
Yeah. And here,
Women feel their emotions all day,
Yeah.
24/7.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
they tend to not be able to shut them off. I'm not
That's
saying there
true.
aren't women out there that can't shut them off, because there definitely are.
Yeah, there is.
I feel like it's a survival instinct whenever a woman's emotions become turned off.
Yeah.
It's survival. It's because of the kind of life situation that she's in, why her emotions shut off.
And here, I hate it that they have to feel that way towards me because they think that I'm like heartless, I'm cold.
It's just they don't understand. Just like men don't understand, like whenever she's being emotional and a man don't understand his emotions. And it's just a big fucking misunderstanding, because you'll hear men say, "Oh, I don't understand women," and nobody will ever understand women, and women will say the same thing about men.
Yeah.
It's just,
Oh yeah,
we
it's a back and forth
we
thing.
do work differently. The knowledge is out there if
Yeah.
you go looking for it.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
You can study female psychology.
what my-
I've
and
done it.
and
I've
here-
studied male psychology.
What my thing is on it is like when when a woman's having like an emotional state of time, I'm like, what is it that you need for me to do to help you process and work through this? You know, that's my thing. I mean, I'm not a mind reader. I need for you to tell me what's wrong so we can talk about it and then find out where we can work on it at. I can't just, oh, you're having this problem with work.
Well, women normally don't have a problem telling you what's wrong.
I know. Some of them do, though. Don't
Unless
get
if
me
they're
wrong.
being passive aggressive.
Yeah.
And
There's a lot of women that are like
tends,
that.
That tends to happen.
Yeah, there's a lot of women out here.
I don't know. Whenever it comes to me and like my problems, like I don't know. I'm such a hermit. Like I'm good. Don't worry about me. I'll be alright.
Yeah.
Like, you know, but I may need a long time to figure my shit
Yeah.
out, and then I'll be good.
Yeah.
Like
I think I've
majority of the time it has nothing to do with anybody else. It's
Yeah.
all me.
I think I've had enough alone time just taking care of my kids. And that's still my main focus, man. I make sure my kids are good before I am. And I mean, that's the one thing that I could say. And I think that's why I be getting called like, you know, I don't care. I'm not emotional, or I don't show my emotions or whatever. My
Yeah,
thing
but
is,
in a way, if you're too emotional, a woman's gonna be turned off.
yeah, I know that.
Like, and women will be like, "Oh,
Well,
fucking nah," but
yeah.
women say shit that they don't mean all the fucking time.
Yeah. And the one thing I think that they hate,
Women will be like, "Oh, like
Yeah.
love your body to their fucking obese
Yeah.
friend," but it's like,
I
okay, so why do you only eat fucking 2 fucking
celery
pe
sticks.
yeah, a day? If you should love your body, you're
Yeah.
obviously not.
I think what women hate more about me is that, like, say, like, if they get my attention, you know, but my kids are gonna come before them regardless. My kids are first. I'm not gonna put them ahead of my kids. My kids are always gonna be first. My kids are my kids. They're my flesh and blood. So I'm gonna jump to help my kids before I jump and, you know, just go out
I
my
think
way.
everybody should understand that, though, and if they don't, then you're
I
obviously
think there's a
fucking
lot
with
of
the
people
wrong
that don't
people.
understand that. There's a lot of people that don't understand that. I think they don't see it that way. They think that just because, okay, so I'm gonna say it like this.
I disagree with you on this,
What, you disagree with me on that?
that people don't understand that. I think everybody understands that your kids come
Well, some
first.
of them. Well, from my experience, I had a boss that didn't understand because he was married. I'm talking about like being that single.
Well, in the workplace, they don't understand shit.
I know.
All they do
Oh,
is,
yeah.
"Oh, we pay you, you owe us your
Yeah.
life,"
Oh yeah. But I'm saying people that got a partner.
which is totally
So
fucking
I'm gonna say it
wrong.
like this: people that got a partner to help them with their kids, they don't understand that people like me being single, we attend to, like, you know, make sure our kids are more comfortable in their house, or, like, you know, where they live and their surrounding and whatnot. But say, like, if somebody comes into their life, we're not used to that. So we assist to probably push them away in some certain type of way, because we tend to go towards our kids and jump to them before we jump to the person that's trying to be with us. Is what I'm
Well, I mean, if you're
basically.
just starting to talk to someone, they don't deserve to be number one priority in your life anyway. That is fucking completely immature.
Well, yeah.
And if a person's thinking like that, then I don't want a relationship with you. You're not
Yeah.
mature. You don't.
Well, I think
You're obviously still a kid who
Yeah.
is completely
I
selfish.
think there's a lot of people that ain't grown up yet.
Selfish. Oh yeah, and
I've been told I
there's
was
fucking
selfish.
people who go to the fucking grave that never grow up, who live in the same mindset that they had when they were 6.
Yeah. Well, basically, what I was gonna say, like, I know you don't. I know you were getting ready to say you don't agree with me, but what I was about to
What
say is,
I'm saying, like I feel like everybody like understand.
I'm pretty sure
I
they do.
haven't come across someone that was like if I gotta do something for
Yeah.
my kid, I haven't met. Oh fuck you, dude! Like
had somebody actually say that.
or some chick being like, oh fucking fine. I guess you don't give a
Yeah.
shit about me. Like
Yeah.
I have a fucking kid, dumbass.
No.
Like
See,
I'm just saying, I haven't ran into somebody. If I ever had something to do with my kid, I was like, or I have to cancel plans
Yeah.
or something. I have never come across anybody that was misunderstanding of that.
Well, I have.
I'm not saying that they couldn't
People
have
that
been
don't have
frustrated
kids,
and didn't show it,
yeah.
but I'm saying majority of people
Well,
understand.
the people that don't have kids, and like people that don't have kids don't understand what it's like to be a parent sometimes in some circumstances. There are people out here in the world that don't have kids that don't want kids that'll never know what it's like to have children. There are people out there in the world like that.
Oh, there's
But
billions of people out there with
but
billions of different perspectives that I've
yeah,
probably never heard, but majority of them are the same because we all take in the same
yeah.
information.
Where I was getting at though is like what I was saying is like me being a single father and my kids go to school during the day. There's the thing where like me and you we talk on a day-to-day basis. I got people that I talk to on a day-to-day basis, right? And that I'm always talking to. But it's just the thing, like I think a lot of people see me like coming in and going in and out of my house because I do my thing like what we're doing now because this is like my whole main day is I create shit all day. So they feel like I think in their head they feel like, well, he ain't doing nothing. Let's call him. Let's get him to do something. Like let's see if he can give us a ride. Let's see if he can do this for us or whatnot. And I might be in the house working on something.
Hmm.
So there's people. I'm not saying that they're bothering me or anything. It's just like I'm saying like if I get, I mean I might not go to work like you do, but majority of my day of what I'm doing is my work, and I enjoy and love doing what I do. So I mean I do get interrupted. Everybody gets interrupted in doing something when they get started doing it. I don't think that's like
I don't.
above.
If you're doing something like that,
Yeah,
like I'm not allowed to have my phone out on the floor at work.
yeah.
Shut your phone off. Should
Oh
just
no, I do.
shut it
I do.
off. Like
I do. But people,
there's a way around that.
yeah, I do. But people tend to freak out because I answer my phone majority of the time. So
But that's their problem. That's not
yeah,
yours.
I know. I've had people freak out and show up at my house, and I'm like,
If they was busy doing something, you wouldn't be all like, "What the fuck, dude? Why the fuck?"
yeah,
Nah, but because we should be more understanding. I
yeah.
feel like we shouldn't be rushing like we tend to.
Well, you
People
rush.
people rush their lives
Yeah,
to the grave. I don't
yeah.
I don't
I'm gonna
rush
say. I'm
much.
gonna say like this: if you rush me, I'm gonna move really slow.
I don't move. Like I don't get in a hurry for nothing.
I feel the same way.
I literally don't get in a hurry for nothing. I've noticed in my life whenever I get in a hurry, something bad always
Yeah.
happens, and I'm sure it's probably the same for everybody
Oh
else.
yeah.
Whenever you're in a hurry,
Yeah.
fucking driving to work, you're running late. There's always
Oh
that
yeah.
slow ass motherfucker
I
in front of you that's going slow, and you're like, "What the fuck?" And
I
it's
hate to
because you're in a
I
hurry.
hate to say it, that slow motherfucker that he's talking about is probably me because I drive 25 miles an hour to 20 miles an hour.
Even when I'm running late, I'm still fucking. I don't run. I'm not
Yeah,
speeding. I'm not like if I'm late, I'm late.
yeah,
Whatever. Fuck it. I may not even go to speed limit even if
yeah,
I'm running late. Like
and
who? I'm not getting in a hurry.
yeah.
Like whatever. It can't be that
Hey,
important. I know to the fucking job that I'm working for
yeah,
or they may see it and deem it
yeah,
as priority on their
yeah.
list, but your list is not my
Oh
list.
yeah,
And I'm not going to conform to your list.
yeah,
And I feel like we as like people, and I can tell that like the mass population is very like people are tired of jobs taking advantage of them and not understanding their situations and shit.
yeah,
I don't want my kid to grow up in this society. We need to make
yeah,
changes. Like we've allowed it for so long.
yeah,
It's when are we gonna stop allowing it? Like, and the only way we can stop allowing it is by standing together,
yeah.
and that's what they don't want. That's what
They don't want you to
that's
stand
what
together and unite.
the politicians don't want. That's why they create so much division. They
Yeah,
don't want us to come together.
and TV's one of them things that'll keep you from coming together and sitting at a dinner table with your family most of the
Well,
time.
yeah, and I listen to Democrats, I listen to Republicans. I don't support either one. I don't support this system. I don't vote. Well, I don't want to hear you complain.
I've been told that I don't vote either.
I hear that all the time. Oh, okay, I'm tired of the system. It's not that I don't like the person who's in office. It's I'm tired of the system.
Yeah,
I feel like it's broken. I feel like it's bullshit.
yeah.
I feel like it's not working. I feel like there's better ways to go
Oh
about it,
yeah,
and the people who have all of the power don't realize they don't have any
yeah.
power because they want to pick sides,
Oh yeah,
and they're both controlled. They're both controlled opposition.
yeah.
They're
And
both just puppets on a string, and you're playing into the system.
yeah,
Well, you got to pick the no. Let's just not play. Red pill, blue pill. I choose no pill.
hey, that's
You
funny.
know, like a red pill, blue pill. How about no pill? I don't want to take a pill.
Yeah, I
I
feel you.
don't want to take my crazy pill today. I don't feel like I'm crazy. I feel like y'all are trying to convince me that I'm crazy because I don't want to participate in your bullshit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's exactly what they do.
And
Oh, you're crazy.
yeah.
Okay, I'm crazy.
And here, that's funny that
But
you.
I understand you more than you even understand yourself.
Yeah,
So who's really fucking crazy?
yeah. That's funny that you said that. My mom told me I had no right to speak about politics because I don't vote. And I told her, I was like, look here. I was like, just because I don't vote don't mean I don't pay attention. It's just that I'm not voting for somebody that's going to mess up the world or create something that's going to end up messing us up.
I don't
I, I don't feel like I need to vote for somebody that I don't know if they're really going to stand up to what they say they're going to stand up to
I
and do
feel
what they're going to
I
do.
feel like we need somebody like in the leadership role of being like the president,
Yeah.
or we need somebody who doesn't really even want power.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to do the job but is there because he realized that it needs to be done. And I don't believe Trump is that. I believe Trump is just he is playing a character, and so
Yeah.
many people are buying into it.
I think he's selfish
Um,
about certain things.
all these people that have money, like, do you really think him and Joe Biden can't stand each other? I doubt it.
I
They're
think
probably friends behind the scenes.
now see the way you said it, I think Trump would have been a good president, but he went about certain things the wrong way. He
He
could have
said
did
the
it
wrong
better.
thing, but it's just to create more division,
Yeah.
and that's exactly what it's done. Now these
Yeah.
Republicans and Democrats will never see eye to eye.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah,
listened
that
to
is
both
true.
of them. I'm like, "Hey, y'all are saying the same exact thing.
But you
Pretty
guys,
much, you guys are pretty much saying the same exact thing.
they are.
It's just you support one other side of the spectrum.
Yeah, this because they came from this side of the neck of the woods, and these guys are from this side of the neck of the woods.
And everybody like tends to believe that they're doing right, and they're living the best, and they know best, and
Yeah. Hey,
it's
it is
just
what it is.
I don't. To me, it's frustrating. I don't. I feel like I've seen it as I was a kid, and for the longest time, I did think I was crazy,
Everybody.
and I never spoke out about it because
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, if I say this, people are gonna be like, you're fucking crazy.
Yeah, I've been told that.
Like,
And
but doing that, I've heard so many perspectives over the
yeah,
years, and I've come to the conclusion that like they're they're fighting the same fight, and that's it.
yeah.
That's what they want. They want you to pick the red side or the blue side. And
Uh,
as long as you're playing their game,
I'm not picking
you're
neither.
playing. They don't care who you pick.
They just want you to pick
They're
one.
they're making it seem like Donald Trump isn't liked by so many people because he's trying to change the world for their good, but he's still up there. Like
Yeah,
if they didn't want him up there, he wouldn't be up there.
yeah, that's true.
Like he really wouldn't. And anybody that believes differently,
Yeah,
I feel like you can't see the obvious.
yeah. I've always paid
And
attention to
maybe I'm
all of.
wrong. Maybe I don't know everything.
I've always paid
Maybe.
it. I've
I'm
always.
open to that.
I've always
I'm
paid it.
open to everything
I've always paid it.
besides for gay sex.
Where did that come from? That was just out of left field.
Because I am open to everything, just not gay sex.
Well,
That's about the only thing that I'm not open to.
and here I was gonna say, man, that's the one thing that I've always noticed. That's why I don't. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I voted once. I tried to vote once, it was just overrated for me, and I didn't like what people were trying to tell me, and they tried to force me to vote for something that I didn't want to vote for.
Right.
And I'm like, why? And then I have had older people say that. I mean, I get it that my ancestors fought for us to be able to vote too, as well. But my thing is I'm not voting, and I'm not. I mean, I don't want to vote because there's always going to be something in that, and then on top of it, I don't want to be forced to do it either. And if I ever want to do it, I don't want to be forced to vote for something that I'm not trying to vote for, or just because you voted for that person doesn't mean I have to vote for that person. I want to vote for somebody that's actually going to stand up and live up to their word and actually try to make a change and a difference in this world.
I want somebody who actually wants power to the people and isn't trying to cause
That's basically what I
to
just said.
cause division between the masses.
Yeah.
Because as long as we're divided, then
It's always gonna be divided.
then the people have no power. It's like sticking ants
Yeah.
in a jar. You got fire ants, red ants. Guess what?
Yeah.
You set them in the jar. There's nothing wrong. You shake it, then they start going to war
Yeah.
and not realizing that you're the one who started it.
Yeah.
And since those others look different, or as humans believe differently, you're going to accuse them.
That's why.
What they do is they shake your emotions up through the TV,
Yeah.
through this, and then
Oh, yeah, of
and
course.
then whenever you see somebody that is saying something that shakes up your emotions, ugh,
That's what gets us
ugh.
stuck on the TV and makes us glued to it. It's like a trance. See something that intrigues your mind and you get stuck on it. Like people that say, I just want to chill at home and sit on the couch and binge watch Netflix. They get glued to something that intrigues their mind, but they get stuck on it and then they get into it way too deep, I think. I mean, even I can't say nothing. I do it sometimes. I get into
I don't.
something.
I think we're being desensitized on purpose through the entertainment.
I
You
believe
look
it.
at. I just watched the King movie about Elvis Presley,
I haven't seen
and
that.
you see girls, and he was definitely a part of the agenda. As you see, like girls were like coming in their pants. Whenever he was just on stage, like shaking his hips. How often do you think that happens in today's world?
Never.
Probably not much anymore. Um, we're definitely becoming desensitized now. Fucking,
Yeah.
you know. There's some dudes who probably have never gotten a girl off, and Elvis was up there shaking his fucking hips
And he got
and
them
shit.
off all the
And
time.
I feel like women. I don't, unless if you're a man who knows what he's doing.
Yeah. I think you could succeed at anything if you're a guy that knows what
But
he's
we're
doing.
becoming desensitized, like, to everything, to
Yeah.
violence, to, and I don't think that it's a coincidence that the world is a lot more violent than it
Yeah.
ever was.
It really wasn't that violent growing up either. But nowadays it's gotten a
And
lot
I don't
worse.
think that they were living right back in the day because women didn't have rights, so men could do whatever the fuck they wanted. I don't think that they were living right. They didn't have it figured out, but they had more morals.
Yeah. And self-respect
Yeah.
to a certain extent, I
I
think.
feel like as a society, that's what we need to connect on. We need to.
Yeah.
I don't know. We need to get the corruption out of here. It's like a virus that just keeps spreading.
One day at a time, brother. One day at a
Yeah.
time.
But if you're not on the TV, people don't really listen to you or take you
Yeah.
serious because why? Oh, well, you're not on that box that I watch every day.
Yeah, sometimes even us doing this, I don't think people take us serious. I
I
mean, I
don't.
know we joke around and we make rambunctious statements sometimes, and we want you. We want. I mean, we want you to feel comfortable. We want you to be entertained at the same time, but still, some of the things that we're talking about, we're being real with and serious, and we have to because I mean, the things that we want are we just want everybody to have a better, healthier life and to actually see their goals and their dreams, what they need to get and set out for.
I would love for people to heal themselves. A lot of us have so much trauma that we've never healed before, that we've
Yeah.
never even taken a look at,
Oh
because we
yeah.
just try to avoid it. You have so many people out here that just abuse substances because they don't want to deal with their feelings,
And
especially men,
that's their getaway from like reality though. That's what they intend to step into because they feel like,
because
oh,
they don't like the life that they live.
sometimes I think it's to
So,
kill the feelings.
but like, does that really kill the feelings, or does it
No, it doesn't.
does it hide the feeling for a minute, and
I,
then once you're sober, then guess what? Reality sets back in.
honestly, to tell the truth,
And
I
that's how we've got in this position. That's how
yeah
fucking society has become so fucking, like, we've been giving away our
yeah
rights ever since since forever ago.
yeah. I mean, you can
Like, it's
use
like since 2001 is when I can really pinpoint it. Like, is when I can really pinpoint it, but I'm sure it was happening like back then.
yeah, and here
Like,
that's
and that's what they do. They create these crises and scare you into giving away your rights.
yeah. Well,
And that's
yeah,
exactly what they do. That's
Mm,
exactly what they do. They did it with the Roni.
the roadie.
The Roni. That's all I'm gonna say. You can't say the actual fucking name, otherwise you get fucking,
Oh
yeah, fucking, they'll take your fucking video down and fucking mark it for medical misinformation because they
oh
control everything.
yeah. That's been going on for generations to come, man. But
If they're within your attention and you take
yeah,
in everything that they, oh, your whole life's a lie.
yeah, you ain't lying.
Everything you've been taught is probably majority of the time a lie.
Yeah. So I guess we gotta cut this off here.
We didn't really talk about attention seekers.
I know we didn't. We didn't. We just went off and talked about something else. This is what me and this guy do. We actually don't. We actually talk about a lot of things, and I mean, I see we don't stay on one topic, or we don't stay with one topic. We got different things that we want to talk about, and then we end up talking about it.
Mm,
It doesn't stop us, but
no. Hey, if you end up watching this on the YouTube and you make it this fucking far, go out and check out Gematria News 25.
Gematria
His name is
News
Zachary
25.
K. Hubbard. If you're into conspiracy theories and you still have a couple of dots to connect, I feel like he can connect a lot of dots. I know he definitely did for me.
Yeah.
I feel like that dude's real, and he's just frustrated, but because he can be a little brash sometimes. But
Oh, I believe
go
it.
go check out Zach on Gematria News 25. His channel has been canceled so many times, and it's because he's speaking truth. And they're trying
Yeah.
to silence the truth seekers. So go check out Zach on Gematria News 25. Yeah, that dude's had 25 or 24 of his channels canceled.
Wow.
And the first channel that he had it for like 6-7 years, and he had like 500,000 subscribers.
Wow.
And
That's a lot.
yeah, and they, ever since they shut that down, the algorithm obviously changes all the time, and now he can't pass like 50K
Dang.
50K subscribers.
Wow.
And a lot of the people, like, don't come back. Like, once that channel is gone, then it's,
Yeah.
it
happens.
I don't know. He fucking has this code fit. Just check it out. I'm
Yeah.
done talking about it. We're about to shut this shit down. Gematria News 25.
So check it out.
Check out Gematria. If you don't know what it is, you will.
All right. So we're gonna cut this off. Y'all have a great night and stay blessed. See y'all on the other side.
Much love.